So, I'm trying out something new today. I'm double recording the voice right now. I'm both recording it from my camera and my phone. So we'll see how this works. If it's any good, I'll use the phone audio. If it's not, then I'll use the camera audio. I just need to set it up. So, this is my heart that I showed you in the update video, and this is a paper mache clay that I made. I used a recipe that ultimatepapermache.com showed, and I'm gonna link everything below so you can go watch her, because she's an amazing lady who makes amazing creations, and I wanted to try her clay. So my plan now is to cover this with the clay to make it a bit smoother, and also, well, to make it a smoother texture so it's easier to paint later. So I have an already ruined brush. I ruined this with some lash glue before, and I have some regular wood glue and water, because I don't know if it will stick or not. So I guess I'm just gonna see what happens. You'll experiment with me and see if it sticks at all. It seems to be sticking fine. I might not need the glue mixture. And I probably will skip around a bit and fast forward some of it, and to make it less boring to watch. This is the first time I'm using this homemade clay, so I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out. I'm not even sure if it's going to dry properly, but we'll see. I think I'm just going to cover the front first, and maybe cover the other part when it has dried. I'm not sure if I should use some to see if I can smooth this out, or maybe I'm just ruining things. It's smoothing out a bit. I think you should really use a ruined brush with this, so you don't ruin any nice brushes, or just an old craft brush, or just buy a cheap one, I would say, for this purpose. I'll probably write somewhere in the video if I managed to have the sound from the phone or from the camera, so that you know, if you're curious, if it worked or not. So this clay is very smooth and very nice to work with. I won't really go into detail on how I made it. I will, as I said, link it below, because her video is very comprehensive and good, so I don't want to. There's really nothing I can do to make it even better. I'm just trying to smooth it out a bit. hoping this won't affect the clay itself, but I don't think so because it's the same glue that I used as one of the ingredients. So it should be fine. I'm going to wash this brush right away when I'm finished with it. And I have a damp cloth over this clay so it doesn't dry out, because that was apparently a good thing to have in mind. I was not going to do the backside, now I'm doing it anyway. I would maybe, if you were gonna work with this clay for a long time, at least for me, I would try to be in a somewhat ventilated area. I'm not that right now, but I'm not going to work with it for a very, very long time, so I think I'll be fine. It's just that the ingredients and the glue tends to smell a bit. So I think it's best if you take some caution in that, so that you don't get lightheaded. Because we don't want that. That sounds like a stupid idea. I'm just trying to push the clay into place. When I sculpted this, I googled up a picture of a drawing. I didn't much feel like looking at a human heart, a real one, so I just googled human heart drawing and hoped for the best. And I found a pretty decent picture that you could go by. I think that if you do exactly like the lady does in her video, you will get an even smoother finish to the clay, because I didn't have a designated mixer to use for this. I only have a hand mixer for food items. So I mixed it by hand, so it's definitely doable to mix by hand. But I think the finish will be even better if you have a mixer. That can help. You can see I'm actively avoiding these things. It's very hard to film this, that's why I keep checking a bit and doing it at the same time. I think I went a bit too far down, which makes it difficult to find some place to hold it. I hope I will be able to continue this later after it has dried, and that won't cause any problems, but I guess that's what I will learn. And I think if you had a tool of sorts, this would be even easier. I don't really have any clay tools handy. But I think with the help of the toothbrush, I almost said, paintbrush, I'll be able to make something. I don't want to fill the hole up too much. Since it's not really necessary. I have so much paper in there anyway, so I think it will be strong enough. It's not drying yet. I almost dipped the paintbrush in the clay. That's probably not a good idea. But I'm wondering if I should leave it at this, just as a first trial run, and I'll make an update video about it, because then I'll be able to make some more process and perhaps see what it's like to paint it eventually. I also don't want to put too much wet things, because I'm sure the paper underneath will start reacting to it, since it's normal papier mache underneath it. Just doing some finishing pokes and prods, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that now. Then I've covered one of those, and we'll see how it all dries. And I'll make an update video as soon as this has dried. Maybe it'll take a day or overnight or several days. We'll just have to wait and see. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.